It's week 2. You're in it. The initial rush of I'm starting has faded, and the daily grind has begun. You've been working with your protagonist and did the work. You understand their wound, their identity, and their essence. But now, as you're writing, you're getting this hollow feeling. Your hero feels like they're walking through the world of ghosts. The mentor just spouts wisdom. The love interest just agrees with them. And the villain? Well, they're just evil for the sake of being evil. Your protagonist is in a vacuum, and your story has no tension. This is the week 2 wall. And it's not a plot problem. It's a relationship problem. Here's the secret that lots of writers miss. Your protagonist is only as interesting as the forces that are acting upon them. A story's true power isn't in the characters themselves, it's in the space between them. Hello, fellow storytellers. I'm Mark Graham, and this is the Mindful Storyteller, the channel dedicated to exploring the realms of creativity and the power of intentional, transformative storytelling. Last month, we used the runes to build the protagonist. Today, we're going to use them to forge the relationships that will make that hero's journey matter. We're going to add the tension, the conflict, and the electricity that your story is missing. Now, most of the time when we get stuck, we try to fix a character in isolation. We go back to our protagonist and think, now what's their motivation? Maybe they need another quirk. But that's like trying to get electricity out of a battery by only connecting the positive terminal. It's pointless. A battery only works when both the positive and the negative leads are connected. The power is in the dynamic. Your story is a web, and your protagonist is the fly at the center of it. Every other character has a thread and they're pulling on them. Now, if all the threads are pulling in the same direction, the web is loose and the fly just sits there. Well, that's boring. But if the threads are pulling in different directions, if the love interest is pulling them toward home, the mentor is pulling them toward their destiny, and the antagonist is pulling them toward destruction, now you have tension. Now your protagonist is forced to struggle, forced to choose, forced to change. So how do we, as mindful storytellers, find that tension? Well, we stop trying to invent it, and we start discovering it. We're going to use a simple yet powerful tool to have a conversation with our story. It's a 3-rune spread that I call the Liminal Space, or the space between. It's designed to explore the hidden dynamics between any 2 characters in your story. This is my favorite tool to use when my villain feels flat, or a friendship feels boring, and it's never failed me. So grab your runes or your tarot, or just grab a notebook, and let's get to work. Okay, so here's how this works. It's really simple. You're going to pick 2 characters. For this to be most effective, one of them should be your protagonist. Now let's start with the big one, protagonist versus antagonist. We're going to pull 3 runes. The first rune represents our protagonist, and we place this on the right. This represents their truth, their wound, their perspective in this relationship. And the second rune represents our antagonist. We place this one on the left. This is their truth, their wound, their perspective. And the third rune, the most important one, we place in the middle. This is the liminal space. It represents the hidden truth of their dynamic. It's the central conflict, the shared bond, or the secret that defines them. All right, here we go. Now, for my protagonist, I pull Tiwaj. The Tiwaj is the rune of the righteous warrior. It's about justice, principles, and sacrifice, and a righteous fight. Now, this tells me that my hero is in this conflict because they believe it's the right thing to do. They're driven by this rigid code of honor. Okay, and now for my antagonist, I pull Othala. Now, now that's interesting. Othala is the rune of inheritance, of homeland, tradition, legacy. And this instantly makes my villain 1,000 times better. They're not evil, they are a protector in their own right, or at least in their own mind. They're fighting to protect the traditions, the legacy, the home that they've inherited. And they see my Tiwaj protagonist not as a hero, but a radical trying to burn down everything they hold dear. Do you feel that? The tension just crackled. Now, what's the truth in the middle? What is the liminal space in between them? And I pull Hayalaj. Of course it is. A Hayalaj is the hailstorm. It's disruption, it's chaos, uncontrollable natural forces. It represents destructive change. The truth of their relationship is that it's a force of pure, unavoidable, destructive chaos. Their two worldviews, justice versus tradition, are on a collision course that will be like a hailstorm on the world. It's not a simple fight, it's a natural disaster. And now my job as a writer is to explore and to write that storm. Now you see how that works? Let's try it again really quick. Let's do the protagonist and the love interest. Now this relationship feels flat and boring, so let's find out why. For my protagonist, I pull Thurasaj Shadow. So Thurasaj is the giant or the thorn, and it's the rune of defense, of boundaries and protection. But the shadow side means my protagonist is guarded. She wants the connection, but she's terrified of being hurt. Her walls are up. And for the love interest, we have Gebo. Now, Gebo means gift. It's about partnership, generosity, an equal exchange of energy. The love interest is offering a genuine, equal, open-hearted gift of himself. His heart is on his sleeve. And now the liminal space in between them is Tiwaj Shadow reversed. So again, we have Tiwaj, which is the righteous warrior. But this is a complete corruption of the rune's noble nature. Instead of standing upright and proud, this suggests a skulking in the shadows. And reversed, we get a sense of duplicity and betrayal. The dynamic of their relationship is blocked by a lie, by a betrayal. Now, maybe it's something that happened between them, or maybe my protagonist was cheated on in the past, and the pain from that is keeping her from becoming vulnerable and trusting again. So this gives me a specific line of thought to explore as to why their relationship isn't working. And now I can begin mapping out the scene where they put all their cards on the table and fully explore the pain of this betrayal. This one spread has just given me the core conflict for my A plot and the emotional blockage for my B plot. See how that works? Your protagonist does not exist in a vacuum. So, your job this week, as you continue on your marathon, is to stop trying to force your characters to talk. Instead, just listen to them. Listen for them. Listen to the truth that your unconscious already knows and discover the stories behind your story. Find the tension. Find the secret. Find that liminal space. And here's your charge for the week. Pick one relationship in your novel that feels flat or boring. Your protagonist and their mentor, the hero and their sidekick, or the villain and their lieutenant. Do a liminal space rune casting. Then, come back here and let us know what you discovered. In the comments, I'd love to know, what's the most challenging relationship you are trying to write right now? Let's talk about it, because we all go farther when we go together. Thanks for joining me today. If this video was helpful and you're finding value in this mindful approach to storytelling, please like the video so other writers can find it. And subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified each time we post a new video. We're in this marathon together. Next week, we're going to tackle the muddy middle and what to do when you get completely and totally lost. Now, I know that would never happen to you, but come by anyway. You won't want to miss it. I'm rooting for you, storyteller. We all are. So I'll see you next time, and until then, may your story guide you well.